Now will we see the magic?
All right, where's Murray? Okay, who is it?
This is Jesus, kid.
Know then that it is the year 10,191.
Yes, we are bored. We're all bored now.
Hi, good night.
Good night.
Hello, and welcome to Mary vs. the Movies with your host, Mary Jones.
And Dennis Lane.
And Alana Phelan.
And Graham Friday. Hello.
Hello.
And so,
Quadraphonic sound.
so we are here to do a Halloween episode, by which I mean like a horror movie or a scary movie or something vaguely, that type of thing, as we've been doing for the last several years with over at Alana's house. And I have no idea what we're watching. I assume I've never seen it because I know that you spoke to Dennis, but yeah, I'm at a loss here. For those who don't know or have not been listening, we do have a special guest, of course, but she's, a frequent guest and now a member of the team because you do, kind of do stuff for us a lot.
So now we have another guest.
Yeah, yes. So we had to add a third.
Yes, we're adding a third to
I guess of four.
Yeah.
Math was not. I was an English major.
Well, I was thinking you, and then Dennis is the co-host.
Yes.
In the sense that it's Mary versus the movies.
Yes.
So then I would be the
He's
third,
my Andy
I guess,
Richter.
or the second guest, and then you would be the third. Look, I didn't go to library school to do math.
I was an English major. I don't know what's going on here, but anyway.
Do you want me to tell you what the movie is?
Okay. Yeah. Actually, well, no. Here's the question, Alana. How do you want to handle this?
I am shocked that Dennis seems to remember what the movie is because I asked him to check months ago when I ordered it. And he's got this face on, and I don't know what this face is.
This face is actually saying I don't remember what it was.
Okay. I knew it.
Nor do I.
I told you to.
I know.
You specifically asked me. You're like, do you want me to tell you or do you? Anyway, so Graham is our friend. You introduced me.
Yeah. Yes.
On the internets.
Yes.
On the Twitters.
Back when there was a Twitter that we were on.
Graham was our audience last year. So I have brought to you.
Oh, no.
Look, I've brought to you a movie that I loved when I was 12, which we all know could go either way then, right?
Yeah, it might be good.
That scared the heck out of me.
12.
Yeah, I was 12. And when the last time I watched it, which was around 2010, I showed it to my then partner and his best friend, and I don't know if we made it all the way through. They hated it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So I need an outside opinion on this.
Right.
Was my 12-year-old self right or wrong? The movie is called Bad Dreams.
I don't know it. Bad Dreams. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You absolute pain in my toes.
Yeah. That's being kind. All right. Do I get to know maybe who's in it?
No.
Okay.
So this is all you.
What year roughly was did
88.
this? 88. 1988. It's called Bad Dreams.
Mm-hmm. It was
God, does it
definitely
have a
on
Corey?
USA. I think it was on USA.
Does it have a
ladies.
Corey in it?
It does not have a Corey in it.
Oh shoot.
It does, however, have someone that we've seen in another movie. I feel like I keep bringing this person's movies to you as them being like sort of a background player.
Huh.
Peter Falk?
When was the last time I brought you a Peter Falk movie?
Vibes.
Oh shoot, he's not a background player though.
No, he's not.
He's a pretty major character.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
He
I
is.
guess so.
Gosh, I'm
Steve
so.
Buscemi? He was the background player in that one. Was it?
Yes, he is in Vibes. Thank you. I'm so curious as to who this is. Who, like, somebody who's a background player, though.
But it's not the same one as last time where I accidentally brought you two movies. Was it two movies? With Dan Schneider.
Oh God, yeah, he always shows up.
Or
Oh God, what did we watch? Oh, that's right, we watched the Big Picture, and he showed up, and then I'm just like, God, he was everywhere.
He was everywhere for a while.
And he was in that earlier one, the California.
Oh yeah, no, he's always there. He's always there. So is there Dan Schneider in this? Are we?
No.
Oh, thank God. Okay,
It's someone else that we've also seen before in the background, and you were very excited about.
Here's the thing. I have the worst memory in the
Oh,
world.
sure.
I have
So do
no
I.
idea.
That's why I never feel bad going a year in advance. Have you seen this movie? Because I know that by the time it's next year and it's time to record, you've forgotten what I've asked you.
I am gonna have no memory of it whatsoever.
And sometimes I asked about 2 or 3 different movies just to
Well, that's a good idea.
fog your brain.
That's a good idea, but also I'm absolutely going to forget.
I've told you the movie that's in our theme song.
Have you?
Yeah.
The one that we still haven't found?
I know
I've-
what it is.
I've left so many clues.
You left the best clue I've ever seen in my life.
I hate both of you.
Look,
Do you see what I have to put up with? Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't know half of them, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
There's only one left.
there's only
so-
one
Yeah.
left for you to see it as part of a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a movie we were going to see very early on, and then
that doesn't mean
We
anything to
switched
me.
it up, yeah.
We still had, that was like everything.
it was 1,000 years ago. It was when you were still wearing masks all the time.
I was gonna say,
there weren't even masks yet.
No, there weren't any vaccines yet when we started this show. Do you know how long ago that was?
I don't know.
All
Well,
right.
Anyway, so this movie.
This
So-
movie. I know nothing of it. I don't know who's in it.
Bad
It's
Dreams.
called Bad Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And
You're
yeah,
just gonna have to guess through your way through these questions
yeah.
and see
All
if
right.
you're right.
Well, hit me with some questions then.
Well, do you think there's a cool car in this movie?
Sure. Yeah.
Do you think there's a obvious Freddy Krueger?
Do you mean like there's a monster haunting people's dreams?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
like-
think this is like an obvious remake of?
Like not a
Nightmare on
remake,
Oh,
but
like a knockoff.
a
Yeah.
knockoff of Nightmare on Elm Street. I like with the name like Bad Dreams, and it scared a 12-year-old. Sure, absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think there's a love triangle in this?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, there could be, but I'm not expecting one.
Death.
Yes,
All right.
definitely death.
Yeah. It's a horror film.
I assume.
I assume.
Yeah. All right.
No, it turns out I brought you a very sad 1988 Holocaust drama, and I brought you a horror movie that scared me when I was 12.
Are we gonna have to sit and watch Showa?
No, I am not the guest for that.
No.
I'm not the guest for that. That's
No.
not. Yeah.
Oh, actually, Alana, I have a question for you. Is it is it animated?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Oh.
just checking.
But
Okay.
is there a dog?
Is there a dog? Yes. Why not?
Okay.
Maybe the dog has some bad dreams too.
Aw.
Oh,
Well, you know how
His
like
little
those-
leg like
yeah.
kicking and
I
oh.
wish I could get that bone.
Actually, it
No,
turns
look.
out that's the only thing the movie is about. It's about this dog that can't get the bone in the dream.
Yeah.
And there is a short animated sequence in it.
Oh, is there? Okay.
No, I'm just making up the dog movie.
Oh, okay. But now I want to see this movie.
Look, one time at the beginning of Taskmaster, this guy pitched a movie called Peas or something, and it sounded like a movie everybody would go and watch. That's how I feel about this dog movie now.
So this movie though, it's called Bad Dreams. I assume it's like a Freddy Krueger knockoff. And I, beyond that, I'm mystified. I can't wait to see who is the person who's does he star in it? I assume it's a he. That is somebody that you know is the bit player you were talking about.
No. Another person who has a small role.
Oh, it's
Or
just a small role.
The same person who has another small role.
Okay, it's just them having a small role again.
Yeah.
Somebody
so
who
I just feel like I'm constantly like you could connect the dots with the players in the movies that I brought you. Like,
Okay.
accidentally.
Huh.
But truly.
look. I don't have anything else to say. Do you?
Oh, I
Angry
do.
Dad.
Angry Dad?
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. So, one more thing.
Robert Picardo. No. Okay.
What was he in?
No, I'm just saying maybe
Oh
he's
my
in
God.
it.
I want to say one more thing.
Okay.
We are all dressed like Chapel Roan.
Oh yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So because this is we're recording this around Halloween, we are all in costumes, and so this was Alana's idea, and it's great.
It was actually Graham's idea.
Oh, I didn't know it was your idea.
Sort of.
I was supposed to be chaperone last year, and
yeah.
she could see me chickening out because I knew I'd have to go home.
So we decided that we were all going to be chaperone.
Yes.
And so we are now all different versions of chaperone.
And you are?
I am Chapel Crone.
And Dennis?
I'm Chapel Cone. I wear a traffic cone.
Yeah, I guess I should say, Alana, how are you dressed?
Oh, so I'm dressed like Chapel Roan from the cover of the album, but I have put some like wrinkly lines on my face and makeup, and I'm wearing my glasses and squinting in all the pictures. And also, I just turned 48, so I think I count as a crone now.
Yeah.
I mean, menopause, so
There you go.
done with it. Yeah. So in the band that goes across you is made of toilet paper because I didn't have any like fabric or ribbon, and it says crone instead of chapel.
And Dennis, you are?
Oh, so I'm Chapel Cone. I have a traffic cone on my head, and I couldn't find a wig, so I grabbed Christmas tinsel and put it in a Christmas tree hat thing.
So yes, you put a big traffic cone, and
Yeah.
under that you have tinsel hair. And then I am Chapel Bone, so I'm basically wearing a skeleton outfit with like a skeleton t-shirt and leggings and a big curly wig that I stole from my sister. And then Graham.
I'm Chapel Moan. I am a ghostly apparition with a completely blank face, but eyelashes that are very vivid.
So yes.
And tinsel.
And tinsel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, tinsel does seem to be a theme here.
I really thought that what was going to happen was that Mary would hear the title of the movie and go, I've caught that on you. I've caught pieces of that on USA, because that's what you always say.
That's true. But no, in this case, I have no idea what this movie is.
I'm really excited. I
Completely
feel like
clueless.
it was on USA,
So here's the thing. Maybe I have caught it and I don't remember at all.
and maybe you will when we start. And
That's
you'll
true.
be like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen. This is what I'm...
It will not. It will not be the worst movie. It will not be the worst movie. Do you know why?
Because you saw...
Hellboy.
Exactly. Hellboy. Hellboy is the worst
was
movie
so bad.
I mean, that may have actually been. I was angrier watching that I was watching that than watching Metal Storm.
Stop picking on Metal Storm.
Because here's the thing. Metal Storm at least has Richard Mall as a Cyclops.
And as Tim Thomerson.
I don't care.
I like Tim Thomerson.
But no, Hellboy is just the biggest waste of my time. I'm going
so
to be on my
upsetting.
deathbed and realize I could have spent that 2 hours doing literally anything else, and I would be a better person for it.
I am such a huge Hellboy fan of the comic.
But did you see this movie?
I did not.
Don't.
Okay.
No, it's really
I'll just
bad.
keep reading the comic.
Yes. Yes.
I'll let you read one so that you can...
This is specifically the 2019
The
one.
2019, but no. Dennis, do you think I would talk this way about a Guillermo del Toro film?
No.
I would.
Why?
Because I've never truly enjoyed a Guillermo del Toro film.
Well, everybody's got their own tastes.
Fair enough.
I'm not going to get into it, but I mean,
we'll get into it when you start slagging on me for loving this movie.
I am not going to slag you.
I legitimately have no idea if I still like it.
But
But
that's interesting. We'll find out.
I found a twofer DVD with that and something else for like $9.99.
What's the other movie?
I can't remember, but I've never heard of it. But it's another 81 maybe horror.
Okay.
So I was going to
Wolfen?
send you home with it.
Yeah. All
Since
right.
you paid for the DVD, you paid me back for the DVD out of our lovely Patreon.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, folks. Once again, sign up for the Patreon, and you can help pay for us watching movies. I mean, that's kind of the whole idea. Is we do have costs, and I'll get into that when we do the wrap up of the show. But once again, Patreon.com/MaryVSMovies. Shill. All right. Are we ready to go watch this movie?
I'm ready to have some bad dreams.
All right.
I had too much to drink last night. Too much to drink. I'm not ready to face the light. I had too much to drink last night. The room was empty as I staggered.
This is the best episode of Garth Marenghi's Dark Places or whatever it's called that I've ever seen. I liked this a lot. This is not like it's not a good film in terms of cinema, right? It's not. No. But I had a great time watching it. Honestly, yeah. It has cults. It has blood. It has
more blood.
lots of stabbings. lot of stabbings.
Yeah.
It has
It's got a hand.
What can I say? It's got the judge from Ghostbusters 2 as an evil doctor. It's got what else, I don't know. I was very happy. It's got
And a surprising song. at the end.
what's his name? Dean Cameron doing his best Nicolas Cage. I mean, it really did feel like that. And it had a shocking song at the very end.
Yes.
We'll get to that.
We will, yeah.
You could start with how many of the questions you got wrong.
Oh my gosh, so many things I got wrong. Was there a cool car in this? No.
There was one whole car in this whole movie.
Well, there was a cool car they fell
What?
on at the end.
That was not a cool car. That was
was
just
cool.
a very boxy 80s car.
I don't know.
Okay, first of all, let us not forget that you drove around in that Buick
Yeah, well, that was
that tried to kill us. And you thought that was the best car in the world.
Hey,
I never said that.
you know what I thought was the best car in the world? During when this movie was out? A LeBaron. You know why? Because it had the little fake gem on the side of it.
Jeez. So, let's see. Was there a love triangle? I would not call anything in this love. I mean,
there were two love interests.
yeah, but it's not a really...
No.
No. I mean, to be honest, the lead in this has, all the chemistry of water. Like, what's the most, like, neutral, substance you can think of?
I think that they really picked an actress who felt like she had been in a coma for 13 years.
Yes, they did.
She had a very childlike voice, not really someone that you think is going to get into a big relationship. And she
Yeah.
doesn't. But
I saw it was criticized for being like Nightmare on Elm Street because she was in Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
oh yeah, she was.
But, like, it's not like Nightmare on Elm Street at all, really.
But no, I understand why they say that insofar as, if you remember in Nightmare on Elm Street, part of the idea is you can't entirely tell whether something is a dream until you get kind of partway through a scene and then something bad happens. And then you snap back into reality, right? That is happening a lot in this film, where there is a lot of sequences that you sort of start to realize, oh, this is a hallucination or a vision or whatever the reality is.
Trauma.
Yeah, trauma, and we'll talk about how, this film doesn't entirely know what its own premise is. That big of a problem until we get to like the alternate ending.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad they didn't do that alternate ending.
So glad.
But yeah, this film has a lot of, sequences of, is this real or is this not?
But what it doesn't have? A dog.
No dogs.
Yeah, no dog.
No dogs.
You know what? Good. I don't want a dog to go through this.
Yeah, I don't want a flaming dog in the beginning of the
No
movie.
flaming dogs. I mean, there's a baby crying in the background. That is
Yeah,
enough.
that's
That is
bad.
enough.
Yeah, so
We'll say the effects in this are pretty good.
yeah, given that this does not feel like a big budget film at
Yeah.
all. There is some really well done animation of fire. Let's explain why there's animation of fire. So this film opens 15 years earlier. So let's say it's the early 70s, early to mid 70s. And we are at a compound somewhere out in the California countryside. And it's basically a bunch of hippies on a commune. And their leader has said, yep, this is it. This is the big day. This is when everything is going to be great. And we're all going to be in unity. We're a cult called Unity. And we're, separating from the world. And we're going into our next phase. It's very Heaven's Gate.
And the thing is, we didn't know exactly what was happening. You thought they were just pouring water on each other.
Yeah, I thought they're doing this kind of baptism type thing indoors, and I'm just like, that's a terrible idea. You're just getting water everywhere.
And it turns out it's not water.
It is not water.
Yeah.
But we don't know that yet. But, we later find out. So what happens is, we see that ceremony and all these, young people are being, doused with liquids by the cult leader. And then the next scene is, the house that they're in has exploded. And there's only one survivor. And then we jump ahead like 15 years when she wakes up from a coma in a hospital.
Yep.
Okay, so
Investigated by the worst cops
Oh my God.
in the world.
yeah, they really,
Like, really, an irritating man with no personality.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to write a character who just says a couple things, but they're all irritating?
and
There you go.
They're not just irritating, but his idea is, how do we know this girl who just woke up from a coma didn't actually set the fire and kill everyone? Keep in mind that when she's supposed to have done all of this, she's supposed to be maybe 13.
Yeah.
She's a kid.
She's a kid.
Did you ever see? There's a commercial where a cop pulls over a guy for speeding, and the guy says, "Oh, you caught me. I was speeding." And he's like, "Because my wife is giving birth," and he's lying. And then he goes to a hospital. He's like, "Is there any women here that doesn't have a father?" You know, and it's, "Oh, of course, tons of them." So like,
What the?
so
So many.
Are you? What are you talking about?
so this is a commercial.
For
and
what?
I forget what the commercial is. But I never know what the commercials are for. I just remember the commercials plot. But
He remembers the plots of the commercial.
so
I'm gonna
anyway,
eat my birthday cake while you tell this story.
So anyway, he spends years with this woman,
This is not real.
and the cop is there the whole time.
Waiting for him to mess up.
Yeah, and so like finally, like the woman dies, and then like the kid graduates college. And then the cop's like, "I'll let you off for a warning," and that's the end of the commercial.
Oh my God, that's actually amazing. And
This is real.
It's real.
I hate when a commercial is so good, but it does not connect you to the actual product.
What the hell are they selling?
I don't
Look,
care.
you keep talking. I'm going to Google this.
Jesus Christ! I feel like I just went through that episode of Star Trek where Picard lives his
Gordon
entire
lives his
life.
whole life. This is how
At
we
least he
go.
gets to play a flute now.
You know what it's like? It's like the ping pong ball joke.
The what?
I'm not telling this joke now.
No.
Okay.
That's we'll leave that for another time. But all right, so
So anyway,
that was a
this
long walk.
this cop
where-
is
This cop is like
obsessed
that.
with this.
Yeah,
lady.
he believes that she actually killed all the people at the commune when she was a child because she happened to be the one person to survive.
Yeah.
It's a very stupid premise. Anyway, she wakes up from this coma, 15 years later or whatever, and now she is in a mental hospital with other people. And so a good chunk of this film is
An episode of Newhart.
a very uncomfortable episode
Yeah.
of Newhart. I wish that Bob Newhart had been in this film.
That would have
might
been great.
Yeah.
That would have been an amazing movie, actually. Instead, we get the less interesting guy from Reanimator.
Yeah, the less hot guy from the Reanimator.
Okay,
Yeah.
now hold on. Are you saying Jeffrey Combs is hot?
I'm saying Jeffrey Combs could get it any day of the week. That is what I'm saying. And you know why?
Because he was on Deep Space Nine?
Because he was on Justice League Unlimited as the Question, and the Question could get it.
Can't argue with that one.
I guess.
Exactly. Dennis, I think your commercial might be a Funny or Die skit that is almost 4 minutes long.
Oh, you know what? That might be true. I'm sorry. I guess that's why I don't remember what it was selling.
I'm not going to hit the play button, but
No, it's amazing.
poor Dennis is turning pink.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
I don't know what reality is anymore.
That's fair.
Then you just
Totally
watched
fair.
the right movie. Jesus Christ.
I need a cult leader to tell me what to do.
Well, honey, stay tuned.
So Richard Harris isn't that the name of the guy?
No,
No, Richard.
That would be a different movie.
That would
Sorry.
be a very different
My
movie.
bad. Sorry.
King Arthur?
So the guy's name is Harris. Harris Yulin is the guy who plays.
Oh yeah, the names are very confusing.
The
Okay.
names are so confusing because also I think one of the people they thank has the name of the daughter.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Much.
You have
Richard.
you have Richard Lynch.
Lynch.
Plays Harris, who is the cult leader.
Yes,
And
and
Harris
that's his
is
last name.
Right.
That's so
Right.
weird.
Okay, now then you have Harris Yulin, the name of the actor, playing Dr. Beresford, who
Yes.
is the head psychiatrist.
And I thought I saw Beresford in the thank yous, Dr. Beresford in the thing, but I could be wrong.
That would
or
be weird.
just a Beresford.
And
or
then
something.
Bruce Abbott plays Dr. Alex
oh,
Carmen.
that's where we started.
Yes.
My
yes.
bad.
who is
The
sort
less
of
hot guy.
the less
from
hot
Reanimator.
guy from Reanimator. I'm
So wait,
still
he's the
grappling
lead
with
doctor
that. But
dude.
yeah, he's the one who is leading the therapy sessions.
Okay, yeah.
I thought it was Gene Cameron.
No,
he's
What a
no.
great
he's
introduction.
Alex, right?
Yeah, no, Ralph.
Yeah.
Ralph.
Okay, yeah.
Alex is the doctor. Alex
Okay.
Carmen.
Yeah. No.
Now I'm like, Eric
no, it's not.
Eric Carmen is
Eric Cartman.
Yes, that's where I was going.
Help.
Sorry.
Please help. No, Dean Cameron plays Ralph, who is another one of the inmates, and he's the one who I said is trying to be Nicolas Cage. Okay, so look, she has this group therapy sessions that she's doing with these other people, and amongst the people, so we brought up Dean Cameron. The one of the other people is
E.G. Daily.
Thank you, E.G. Daily, she's the voice of Tommy Pickles, but she's also in. Why did you laugh at that?
No.
Okay,
It's great because it's great because she is the voice of Tommy
She is
Pickles.
she is the voice of Tommy Pickles.
I don't know what Tommy Pickles is. That's why.
Have you not seen Rugrats?
No, I forgot that is the last name.
But also she's in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and she's in Valley Girl. Yeah, she's also one of the people, and yeah, there's
There's Susan Rattan.
Susan Rattan.
I cannot believe the two of you. Well, I can believe about Dennis, but I am shocked that your mother did not make you watch L.A. Law.
Oh no, I did.
Oh, so you did recognize
Yes.
Susan Rattan. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But you didn't say anything. I am like happy every time I see this woman on my screen.
Oh, no,
she is 7 times as talented as anyone ever let her be.
Who
She
is
can
she?
be whoever she wants to be.
Which character was she?
She was the journalist.
The journalist with the red hair.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No. I was too busy just being trying to remember who E.G.
Daily
E.G. Daily was. Well, no, because it was one of those things where I'm like, wait, I know this person. Why do I know this person? So no.
But then you hear the voice
Yeah, exactly.
and you're like, I know this.
Yep, I know that. Okay. Well, and it's funny you say that because her character is mute for the first, scene we see her in. And it's like one of these things where I'm like, why does she look so familiar? And it's like finally, when she finally speaks in therapy, it's just like, ah!
Now, do you want to hear the funny part? I was so insistent at the beginning that there was someone in this movie that we had seen before. I was confusing E.G. Daly's character with Yeardley Smith.
Oh, I see where you're coming from.
But I legitimately think if you squish E.G. Daly and Susan Rattan into one person, that's who you get.
Yes,
A voice
absolutely. Yeah.
actress
Yeah.
with reddish hair.
Yep,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But I guess it
That
was
makes
because I
sense.
recognized the voice, but I didn't know the name.
We're in this situation where they're having this group therapy and they all have these different issues. Our lead, Cynthia, the girl who wakes up from the coma, she starts having these visions or hallucinations. It's not entirely clear what exactly they are. The film is called Bad Dreams, but she's not usually asleep when they're happening. So she's seeing the dead cult leader in different places, he's popping up behind people and he's like merging with people and essentially saying, because you didn't kill yourself with the rest of us, because it turns out that that fire was, of course, set intentionally, and what they were dousing themselves with was not, in fact, water, but gasoline. And we get an incredible flashback to the actual scene of death of what happened in the house. He douses everyone in gasoline, and they're all for it, and sets the house on fire. And there's, as Dennis said, there are some really great special effects in terms of how they animated the fire getting on people. It's really well done.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
As a person who just watched it for the first time, Dennis too, obviously. Why did you think the house exploded?
I assume that there were other gas canisters around the house.
Okay.
I think they showed one.
They showed at least one.
a gas.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember if they showed the gas canister later.
But
They-
also,
they did
when everybody
later.
starts
Yeah, but
catching on fire.
yeah, but also they're out away from civilization. Theoretically, there could be say propane tanks that are part of powering stuff.
So you thought, here's a cult. They're doing a weird baptism thing.
Yeah.
The house explodes. What a horrible accident.
I didn't know what happened.
Okay.
But it didn't
And
occur-
also, I'm so used to explosions in films
Right.
I just don't question them. I just think if you look too hard at something, it'll explode.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit like
Movies.
spontaneous human combustion. It's a spontaneous house combustion, car combustion. It happens all the time, you know.
You gotta drive the point home.
Exactly. So no, I mean, I was not at all surprised the idea that a whole cult did die and kill themselves, but like I didn't realize that what I thought was like a weird baptism thing was gasoline. That's all.
Okay.
Like I wasn't surprised that like they all died in the house. I thought maybe they, somebody blew the house up, but it just. When you have that opening scene of them being doused, and I'm like, why are you getting the house wet? And it was like, oh, okay, that's why.
I think that what happens is when you see a movie when you're a kid and then years and years and years go by, the things that stick out with you so much that it's really hard to imagine how someone else perceives, especially early things on, I don't remember a time where I didn't know that it was gasoline.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that I always thought it was gasoline.
Sure.
It just means that that's all I remember. But when we watched it again, I was surprised that you thought it was water.
I don't know, maybe because I was like cleaning the tub today and I was just thinking like, oh, you don't want to get water everywhere. So, that was still, I guess, maybe in the back of my mind.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's really interesting because I am one of those people who, like, if a movie doesn't explain something to me, it better be doing it for a reason, right?
Oh, see, that's where my brain works differently.
Yes.
I'm okay with not having things explained
This
to
is
me.
why one of us watches David Lynch and the other one of us doesn't watch
That's
David
you got
Lynch.
that right. I'm like, yeah, hit me with the mystery, man.
Yeah. So I think that once I know how a thing works, so if I've seen a movie before, even if this much time goes by before I watch it again, and I really do think that my ex and his friend and I did not finish the movie because I didn't remember the ending.
Okay.
You don't even think about that
Right.
sort of stuff. You just know it. And then you turn to someone and you're like, wait, hold on a second. It's not like, not like I'm sitting there thinking like, how are you not getting this? I'm just thinking it's more of the, oh my God, was I not supposed to get it until later? Because a huge part of the beginning of the movie is the people around Cynthia sort of invested in her regaining her memory. The journalists asked about it at the press conference. Yeah. And then the doctor says, that's totally normal to not have any memory of a major trauma like that. But then, the doctor wants her to Dr. Carmen, Alex the jerk, wants her to confront it. And everybody else wants to know what happened. And so part of it is her remembering, but it's not the kind of like annoying, your memory comes back in perfectly timed flashbacks.
Yeah.
That's where I think I would have hated this movie, is if that's how it worked.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. Because this film does not just have her like suddenly remember everything, right? And you're pointing out that's not how, like, for a film that's not supposed to be terribly deep, and it's not, it's a slasher film, right?
Does it count as a slasher? It's funny. I
There's
read
so much slashing with knives in this film. What are you talking about?
I thought that a slasher had to have like a specific killer, and he wasn't killing them.
But
I don't know.
Again, there's so many knives in this movie and scalpels, and there's so much cutting.
Yeah.
We're gonna call it a slasher.
Okay, you can call it a slasher. I don't want to look uncool in front of my horror friends in case I'm wrong.
It's a poker.
Oh God.
It's a lot of poking with needles.
Oh, there
poking
really
with
is.
knives.
Ugh.
If you have a hand in this movie, something
Yeah.
is going to happen.
Oh my God,
to
you're
it.
right.
Like someone is really obsessed with hands.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's like the Quentin
Quentin
Tarantino
Tarantino.
of hands.
You're
The
right.
only time that I can think of with more hand is either an Addams Family movie or the movie Idle Hands.
You bring up the memory thing, and I know you were thinking that this film's kind of interesting for the way it handles her trauma. Mm-hmm. What were your thoughts on that?
Generally speaking, when you have a horror movie that takes place in a mental institution like this does, you see a lot of nonsense. And I felt like, first off, they have lumped everyone under the umbrella of borderline personality disorders.
I mean, look, I don't think they were really looking at the DSM-4 for this.
No, but I think that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't know any of this. Like, she doesn't know anything. Not only has she lost 13 years of her life, but she's also, you find out in the alternate ending. Not that they don't make this explicitly clear in the movie, but in the alternate ending, they say out loud that she is actually his biological child.
Right, that she is the daughter of the cult leader.
She's the
kills
daughter of the cult
everybody.
leader. And there's no way she wasn't sequestered from, like, she doesn't know anything about anything.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what a psychiatrist is.
She
Yeah.
doesn't know what a
Yeah.
psychiatrist is, which I
Yeah.
think is really interesting.
Yeah.
And which one of you made the comment? It was you, Dennis, who made the comment about what the cult. What's the name of the cult?
Oh, Scientology.
Scientology.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dennis made the joke that this was made by Scientologists.
Yeah, to fear.
To fear
know,
doctors.
yeah.
Love cults. Because I think that a lot of the things that psychiatrists and the medical profession were saying in like the 70s and the early 80s, we don't use a lot of those terms anymore. Like, we don't really say schizophrenic anymore. We don't say multiple personality disorder and all these other things. And the concept of like what borderline personality disorder is, like, I know people who have borderline personality disorder, and a lot of it seems very trauma based. So it's really interesting for them to have this like very different group of people together, not all having different diagnoses, but coming under one umbrella term. Saying it didn't feel like made up horror movie psychiatry to me. It felt more like, I want to say respectful, even if they're not right, which I like legitimately don't know.
Well, they did talk to a doctor apparently.
Yeah, so there's a doctor in the thank yous.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. So, but there were a lot of things about it, the way that everybody acts, the drugs that they talk about at the end,
Yeah.
that just to me felt like miles beyond in terms of actual respectfulness of
It's
mental
not-
health and trauma than I would say almost every other movie I've seen that takes place in a like some sort of psychiatric ward or mental hospital or whatever facility. I mean, they list out a bunch of things like acting out, anger issues. Dean Cameron's very funny line about his anger issues, right?
Yeah.
But poor Ralph, he's being eclipsed by his actor who we all love so much. And that entrance, we didn't even talk about his
my God,
entrance
it's
into
so
the movie.
good.
It's so good.
And it's good for a very specific reason, aside from the fact that he's just very funny. So when she starts, she's introduced to this therapy, you have this young man who is sitting in what's obviously meant to be the chair, and he starts, kind of greeting her and welcoming her to the group and introducing everybody. And then
And things. Some people will question my methods.
yeah.
Well, that's when you start to realize you're like, wait.
where are we going with this? And then all of a sudden he just starts getting into this, like he's kind of coming on to her.
Yes.
And you're kind of like, oh no, wait, what is going on here? And then of course in comes the real doctor.
Right. Which the best part about it is that it's all set up by the fact that she is like essentially wheeled down the hall by the older doctor who's talking about his younger colleague.
Yeah.
So it's easy to think, oh, maybe this is the younger Nope.
No,
he's
but-
just messing with you.
He's messing with her, but it's also kind of funny that he's coming on to her in this kind of like, it starts getting kind of weird and hypersexual, and because it's
It's foreshadowing.
it's foreshadowing because frankly the real doctor, he's just too creepy in this. I'm sorry. His relationship with her, I'm like, this is a real like movie forcing a relationship between two people that makes no sense whatsoever, in part because she has the mind of a child and acts like it the whole time. She has no chemistry with him. At one point, he like is, I have to save this girl, I'm in love with her, and I'm like, she doesn't know who you are. What are you talking about?
and they've known each other for what, like 2 days?
Right, exactly.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I don't know that when you cut out the alternate ending,
Yeah.
it's like you don't have to take that path. Like, just because he
No.
says that he loves her doesn't mean that he's in love with her. But there's the part where she's like on the stretcher towards the end, and they're about to put her in isolation, and he's leaning over her like they've known each other for years.
Yeah.
It doesn't even feel invasive. It felt like the most natural I've ever seen him be with anybody. And I was like, this is creepy because it feels too normal for him.
Well, I didn't get quite that feeling. I just thought it was creepy because I'm just like, who the hell are you to her?
Yeah, you're like way too close.
I mean, first of all, just like the ethics of it are like,
terrible.
you know,
Terrible.
you would absolutely be well, it's not disbarring when you're a doctor, but whatever
but
that
it
is.
also felt like
Oh wait.
But it also felt like a 60s movie or something where, like of course the doctor and the patient have to fall in love.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it definitely had that kind of thing. And yet she absolutely is not falling in love with him or anyone. She has no
personality.
Nothing.
Big, beautiful eyes. Nothing behind them.
But, it works as a cult member.
Yeah. Oh, boy, doesn't it, though?
Yeah. I mean, she has that sort of like blankness, and she agrees with almost everybody in the movie the whole time.
Yeah.
Which is really great.
Like when the journalist wants to take her away, I know we're getting ahead, but right away she's like, "Oh, good, you know what you want me to do."
Oh, well, she's also blasted out of her head at that point.
Well, yeah. So she, as she gets to know these different people in the group therapy and everything, and but she keeps having these visions of the cult leader, who of course we realize now is her father, saying essentially, because you didn't die with us, we're not allowed to go on to our eternal bliss. You have to die so that the rest of us can have unity in the afterlife. And so the rest of the film is him pursuing her and trying to get her to kill herself, and every time she doesn't do it, basically he kills another patient from the circle. So the first one who goes is
her beloved E.G. Daly.
Yep, E.G. Daly drowns in the pool, and then
that was so sad.
I know,
she's so cute.
I know. And then the journalist goes.
So how it happens is that E.G. comes to her and it's like, "Oh, do you need a friend? I can be your friend." And she's like, "I don't want a friend." And then so
all my friends are dead.
I know. And so E.G. just goes and cries by the pool unattended because don't have a lifeguard at the pool.
Yeah, okay, so this hospital has got to have 1 billion lawsuits against it because the pool has no lifeguard. And people are just wandering in and out. This should not be. Later on, Ralph has knives and all kinds of stuff in his room.
And formaldehyde.
And that young woman has formaldehyde. I mean, there is so much stuff that goes wrong in this hospital. I'm like, how?
Well, this could all be the plan of Evil Head Doctor.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that. So she's having all these visions. And one by one, the different patients are dying. The journalist suddenly goes out the window. We don't see it happen, how it happens, but so E.G. Daly drowns. The journalist, oh God, her name just went on my head.
Susan
Rattan goes out the window.
Poor people, they're not allowed to have names in the movie because we like their real names too much.
I think her name was Miriam, right?
Yes, Miriam.
Yeah.
Well, but Miriam's this. So Miriam is a journalist. She has been admitted, which we find out later is for for suicidal ideation.
Yeah.
And possibly suicide attempts. She's also writes for what's the name of that? The Sun? What is that?
The Weekly World News.
The Weekly World News.
Yeah, she writes about aliens and
She
stuff.
writes about aliens and stuff.
But might actually believe it.
But might actually believe it.
Yeah.
So... But she's also this really sort of bitter woman who's had 3 husbands and joke in all.
This is the thing, this doesn't look like a great film in terms of the way it's shot. It's just flatly lit. It's all set in a hospital, and it
looks hospital-y.
It looks like a television show. Mm-hmm. This is very much playing on USA Network, but. There's some really funny lines in here. For instance, she says she can't remember the difference between husband 2 and 3, at which point you can hear Ralph just go 4 inches.
About 4 inches.
Which is it's a really subtle kind of
I never heard it when I was a
really
kid.
Funny.
Never heard it because TVs back then you couldn't really hear the quiet bits.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are some good lines in
here.
But
Miriam decides, she basically talks herself into going back to work. She was told by her boss that she could go back when she was feeling better. And so now she has right in front of her a great story.
Yeah.
And she says, I know that this is basically partially self-interest. Mm-hmm. She tells this girl. She's very upfront. She's talking through her process, her thinking process. But then she starts kind of hesitating. This is all after they've taken their medication.
Yeah, I mean, of course, because they're in a hospital, everybody is medicated and
all the time.
Yeah, but yeah, so she goes out the window,
And she goes out the window, but
And
we don't see it.
We don't see it. The idea is like, well, these are people who are already, severely depressed and having their own issues, and so it's not that surprising that they find ways to take their own lives.
Except that the cop is positive it's her for some reason.
Yeah, he's just decided she's a serial killer.
It's the weirdest
It
thing.
is such a dumb.
Now,
Because he doesn't do anything about it.
Now
Yeah.
the thing is, this whole movie is from her perspective,
Yeah,
and we know she's doped up.
yeah.
So it, in the hands of a better director, I feel like it could play more with that in like a Shutter Island type way or something.
Sure,
Oh, I've
but
never
they,
seen that. I
but
always
they,
meant to.
Yeah, but
I'm saying that like so for instance, the publisher could be that evil doctor. We know Harris probably is like the evil doctor. Like when she sees he could be.
when you
played...
say Harris, you're referring to Harris Yulin, the actor, not
no,
Harris.
Harris, the cult
Harris,
leader.
the cult leader. Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying evil doctor is suggesting these things. I think to all of them, like playing up their whatever their
issues are.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so let's get to the next couple of deaths so that before we
Yeah.
kind of get to what the film says is going on.
Yeah.
Because then you have this other two patients who are a couple. There's not a lot of development with them, but they're screwing around in the HVAC system.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, of all the
This is why. But the thing is if you connect all the dots, you find out why.
go on.
So he's carrying around a bunch of alcohol. They're not getting the medication that they think they are.
Right.
They
yeah.
are completely messed up.
Okay, so they, go up to the HVAC system and then basically they get sucked into the turbines.
Maybe. We don't see it.
Well,
Maybe they were pushed.
We don't know, but all of a sudden they are chum and coming through the vents. It's pretty great, actually. If you
It's
like
so
gore,
good.
it's really fun. It's
Yeah,
there's a lot
like-
of gore. It's good
Like,
gore.
Not quite Shining level gore, but close.
Oh man. So it's at one point they're like, oh man, the power keeps going out, what's going on? And the maintenance guy goes up there and next thing you know, he's got like hands coming down on him and blood, and there's blood coming out of the vents overhead, and it's
But
good.
at one point, he can't open the vent.
Yeah.
And then it opens on its own.
Yeah.
Like you see the thing turn.
So,
What do you think that was all about?
I think the movie forgot its own premise.
I think the movie plays with the viewer as much as it plays with her.
Yeah, probably. But I also think like sometimes they weren't sure what
Yeah,
Which
how
way
they
they
want.
were
Well, they
gonna
didn't
go,
know which
yeah.
way it was going to end.
they didn't know. Yeah. So
Dun, dun, dun.
then the next
like it's a little bit like a film noir. Like, oh, we'll figure it out at the end. We'll piece
yeah
it together.
I really like Raymond Chandler.
Yeah.
But you don't read his books to understand what's happening. It's a vibe. It's
Yeah.
just a vibe. Have you ever seen The Big Sleep?
Yeah.
It's a vibe. You do not try to figure that movie out. Yeah, this is kind of the same idea.
It's not straightforward noir.
Well, no, it is, but
Let's not. 'Cause
Yeah,
we'll,
I'm
we'll,
not gonna-
we'll go
yeah.
on another tangent.
yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying there's a huge difference between him and like Dashiell Hammett. But so anyway,
Gay.
huh?
The Maltese Falcon is gay in two ways, and
Oh, it
everybody
is.
only sees the one, and it drives me up a wall.
Well, wait, what's
The
the other way?
secretary is gay as heck in that. All she talks about is how pretty that woman is.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
I read the book and I was just blown away. I'm like, that's a lesbian,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I had
but it
thought-
doesn't make any sense to me because she's. And then I heard in the movie they flirt. They don't flirt in the book,
Yeah.
like because she's a lesbian. But they're so mean to the gays are the bad guys, right? So like, what's going on? I don't get it.
Anyway, so we have our last, not our last, but like kind of our most significant, I think, suicide in this, where Ralph suddenly gets it into his head that he needs to, get. What exactly is his motivation in this scene? I don't.
So okay, so here's what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
So he is prone to self-harm.
Yes.
He's got cuts
That's
on his body.
it's established.
We've seen that. And what happens is he misses his medication.
Right. They do explain that. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if any of you have been off your meds. Oh shoot, that reminds me, I forgot to. Anyway,
Do you have some meds you need to go take?
yeah, in a
Do you
second.
need to push some shelves down?
I don't. So what happens is that he goes into withdrawal, which sets off a manic episode.
Right.
I love this scene because it reminds me of when I had PMDD and I would have manic episodes.
Okay.
In part because he's again, there's another character who's sort of talking his way through this.
Mm-hmm.
For a minute, I think you're supposed to think he's the person who has orchestrated all the deaths.
Right.
But because he's turning on her, he's snapping at her, he's acting aggressive in a way that he's snapped at people before, but not like that. Now he's like hitting this guy over the cop over the head with the coffee pot.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to drug him, but no, he hits him over the head with the coffee pot. He takes Cynthia down to the basement and he starts knocking things over and he says, all I really need to do is get it out of my system. I come down here sometimes and I get it out of my system. Why isn't it working? And he says that like twice. Why isn't it working? And you just see him knock over box after box of like medical stuff. And then you see one of the medical things is scalpels. And that's a problem. But like at first you think, okay, maybe he is like a killer. Like maybe he's the crazy guy in the movie. But that's the thing about this movie. It's not about somebody with mental illness going out and killing people, thank God.
No, the only person, except for hitting the cop, he's only harming himself.
Yeah.
You know, at one point he puts a knife through his own hand, but then when he gets the scalpels, he never threatens her with them. He's threatening him. You know,
he's threatening himself.
He's
really.
threatening himself, and then he starts like carving, on his own body.
What I think is really interesting is the stabbing of the hand feels like the thing that sets off the manic episode because it floods his body with adrenaline. So I say this as somebody who's been there, done that.
Okay.
Is that any sort of harm fills your body with adrenaline, and then that sort of kickstarts whatever goes on, or maybe you're already there. I don't know. But to me, him walking down the hallway, dripping blood from his hand, him trying to talk to her like she's a normal person while he is essentially starting more and more to like vibrate with that manic energy.
Yeah.
I thought that this was amazing. Like I thought he was amazing.
I think he's really great in that. Yeah.
You know what was sad about that scene? In
That
the background, you see the janitor mopping up all the blood from the last scene, and then he goes and just bleeds all over. And I'm like, oh man, come on. I think I can't get a break.
But yeah, no, I mean, he has a manic episode to death, essentially.
Yeah. Ralph basically, it turns out he's missed one of his doses, and Dr. Carmen. He kind of tracks down what's been happening. You know, I guess he's talking to like one of the nurses or something. It's like because
also,
the power had gone out.
Yeah, the useless cop shows up at the end of that scene.
That's true. Yeah. But no, he discovers that when Ralph misses his medication, a lot of people are not getting the medication that they're supposed to. Then he goes down to the pharmacy, at which point we run into...
No. You're missing something. So he gets fired before this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's true.
He gets fired before this, and he's mad. And so while he's leaving, he realizes he has the medication.
Which he thinks is a sedative.
Yeah.
Right.
And so he's like, oh, what the hell? And he pops it.
He says he'll write himself a prescription in the morning.
Yeah.
That's right. He takes this...
But what happens is he has this manic vision of killing the head doctor
who had just fired him. Yes. Yes, you're right.
And that's how he realizes, oh wait, they're being given this the completely wrong medication that's making them all worse.
Right. So he discovers, because he does not get knocked out, but it has a different...
Because he pops a pill.
Yeah. That, hey, wait a minute, this is not what it's supposed to be. So yeah, that's when he goes down to the pharmacy and he hangs out with Roger Rabbit and gets a little primer on what the different medicines are. Not that he doesn't know, but...
I wish I could do a Roger Rabbit voice.
So they're taking
imitate that
Ritalin
scene.
instead of lithium.
Right, yeah.
They're taking THC, like high doses of THC instead of whatever they're supposed to have, instead of their sedatives.
Yeah, at one point, like I think they're taking a different amphetamine at one point as well, instead of like it's like and like all the drugs that they rattle off are actual like psychiatric medications. I mean, I knew what they all were in part because of our job. Now that he realizes, hey, wait a minute, the medication's been switched around, and this is after he's been fired by the doctor. He realizes, hey, wait a minute, the head doctor, he is screwing around with the medication. Oh, that's why everybody's dying. It's not that they're being possessed by the ghost of this cult leader or whatever. Yeah. It is they are being subject to an experiment by this insane doctor who...
Well, so, I mean, yeah, he's trying to prove a theory.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I think he's doing? So instead of giving somebody a sedative, you give them an upper, and then if they still choose to kill themselves, it means that being suicidal is like
a rational choice.
Yeah, or like something you can't.
It's a very
control or something.
Dumb idea.
It's really bad.
This is what I mean. Like the film, it's entertaining in a lot of ways. The premise is really stupid.
Yeah,
it's a dumb idea insofar as. The idea that the doctor has basically just decided to create his own suicide cult.
Yes,
and he's basically like the cult leader. I mean, they are essentially, he's just redoing the same things she went through, but instead of doing it to become one with the universe or whatever, it's to prove science or some crap.
Yeah. I think that if they had played that harder, I don't know that I would have enjoyed it as much. No, I think the fact that you can kind of sweep it under the rug, because everything's moving so fast at this point.
And honestly, yeah, because once you actually start thinking about what's happening in the plot, the movie is really stupid. And I say this as somebody it is a very dumb idea.
This press hungry older doctor,
basically starts killing his patients because...
Well, he's not killing them. He's giving them...
the choice to kill themselves.
Yeah, kind of.
By screwing around with their medication.
Right.
So because he is basically giving them psychotic episodes and they kill themselves, he's proving that they really wanted to kill themselves.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
the film
they say
doesn't know
it,
either.
but it just goes in one ear and out the other.
It's dumb.
I mean... Maybe they did say it and I just wasn't paying attention.
It does.
Like they do say it and I'm like, I should know what it is, but I was too busy worrying about Ralph.
The movie, well, fair enough. The movie doesn't entirely know what it's doing. Like that's not on you. That's not on the audience. That's on the film.
Like I do think it is like a film noir thing where it's like we'll just throw in this ending now, tie everything up, and it's like when you think about it, you're like, well,
that doesn't make sense. Or that's
it's like it makes sense for their characters. It doesn't make sense for the doctor,
and it just doesn't make sense for reality. Like, come on. But that's okay. So yeah, he realizes, the doctor's been screwing around, and so Cynthia at this point has been isolated on her own ward because the fear is that she's going to kill herself, and of course, evil doctor has led her up to the roof in order to do exactly that. And Carmen,
like Eric Carmen.
I'm never going to get it right.
No.
He goes up there to stop it from happening, and of course we have all these is what we're seeing real or not real, and so there's like a lot of hallucinations, and we're not entirely sure what is happening in this. And at the end, she is dangling off the edge of the building, and we see her fall to her death. We think, and she wakes up in the field outside of the cult house, and of course and this is actually like the greatest shot in the film because they basically redo the painting Christina's world.
Yeah, that was really cool.
And what I like about it is that it's very fast. Like she gets up right away, but like it's set up just like that Christina's world, and then she gets up and walks right to the house. It's like it's very quickly done.
It's quickly done.
Like
they're not like
yeah,
shoving it in your face that they're doing it. It's like either you get it or you don't.
It's a nice little Easter egg.
Do you think everybody knows that painting?
I don't know.
It's very Pennsylvanian, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's an Andrew Wyeth painting, and if you live, in the Delaware Valley, Andrew Wyeth is kind of like the god king of painting here.
Yeah, that's true.
And I
we
say
had
that as
it
a
in
fan.
our high school.
Yeah,
It was we had a print of it up in our high school. Well, we had a couple of prints in our high school, but the fact that it was one of the 6 or something.
Yeah.
meant
It was definitely very, very popular in like the 90s. So she wakes up and goes into the house, which of course we thought was burned down. So now she gets to be with her, the family in the afterlife, and isn't that great? And of course, it turns out none of this is actually happening because she's actually just dangling off the edge of the building, and Dr. Carmen is holding her while being stabbed by the evil doctor
In the hand with a
needle. Oh God, there's again so much stabbing.
Yeah.
And at which point then the cops show up, and
Yeah, useless cop shows up, but not that useless here.
yeah, they're able to stop her from falling to her death, and instead she flips out and throws evil doctor off the building.
So
yeah, but he has a gun.
Yeah.
So that's so
Yeah, the ending is
all right. So
a mess.
So the cops show up. He pulls her up after evil doctor stops stabbing him.
Mm-hmm.
Evil doctor's saying like
was all
see, it was all
him.
it was all him. Just let it go, evil doctor.
Yeah.
Like you can win right here. You've got to
he
win.
could.
But instead, he takes one of the cops' guns and pretends like he's going to kill himself, and then good doctor, I don't care about his name, but he says like no, don't do it. He's like, wrong again, Alex, and then he points the gun at him, and then she throws evil doctor into a car
because she's afraid that he's going to kill good doctor. So yeah, he falls to his death, and then the end of the film is basically, you don't have to be afraid anymore, you're free. It turns out I love you, this was all because your medication was getting screwed around with, and the nightmares will all be over. At which point the film drop kicks us into what was honestly one of the most shocking needle drops I've ever had in a film, because this film came out in 1988, right?
Yep.
This film ends with Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses.
Yep.
Now, in 1988, 89, this was a humongous hit. This was like you don't understand. Okay, do you remember when Conan was going off the Tonight Show? Okay. Well, it was important to me.
I'm sure it was.
But so when Conan was going off the Tonight Show, he went, and like the second to last show, I remember him, he sat there on television and he just played the song Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones. And he said, I just cost NBC $1 million.
Nice.
It was a very funny bit. He just kept playing the song Satisfaction. He's like, I'm costing NBC money because they fired me. And so I'm watching this, and my thought is, that song would have been so insanely expensive. How did this movie, which was made for $20 in like a discontinued Los Angeles hospital, how did they get Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine, like Appetite for Destruction, like an insanely huge album? We're talking like, like the biggest album of the 80s that wasn't Michael Jackson, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. They got the rights to it before it hit.
Right.
Like this is just like Cheap Trick and Over the Edge.
Oh yeah, okay.
Where
no, this is so much bigger than that.
Yeah, I know, but
so much bigger.
But like, but it's that fortuitous, and that like they got it before it, like just before it hit too. Like the director was trying to get, was it House of Burning Love by X?
Yeah.
Like he was dead set on getting that, and that was too expensive, and this other producer was
X was too expensive.
Yeah.
That's wild to me.
But like this other producer was like, oh no, we can get this song. We can get it for cheap. No, they're just this little local LA band, and I think it's actually going to be a hit or something. And so like they were actually going to film a video for this, like using footage from the film, and the reason why they didn't make a video of it is that Axl Rose's girlfriend, Erin, said, "This song was written about me. I don't want it to be a video about a horror movie."
Oh, that's fair.
So
Yeah, okay.
so they did
Okay.
make a video for it, even though the rest of the band was actually kind of excited, like, "Oh, this will get us on the map to be featured in the movie."
Oh, they still did okay, those kids.
Yeah.
Because like the other music used in the film is like, you've got the Chambers Brothers, Time.
Yeah.
That's a great song, but it's an old song at that point. And they
I
have
think there's only 5 songs in the movie.
there's not a lot in it.
There's
you know?
like one classical piece.
Yeah, it's like a Verdi or Vivaldi. I don't remember.
Is that the one he's playing when he runs into the doctor?
Yeah,
Yeah,
in his dream. It's
Yeah.
really interesting because the
The
one
bad
thing
dream.
I do remember from watching it with my ex and his best friend was that they were like, "There's no dreams in it."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good
Uh-huh.
point. There's
That
no
is-
dreams. There's not one time is anybody asleep.
I think we see Alex wake up at the end of his murder dream.
Yeah,
But that's it.
So that's the end of the film, except the DVD that we got for this, it has an alternate ending.
Ugh.
Alternate endings are generally not a good idea unless you're like,
Well, it said original ending, didn't it?
I don't remember if it's original or alternate.
I think it is original, which is like, yeah,
Oh.
good. I'm glad.
Yeah,
they
cut
changed
that.
it.
There's not a lot of
Like
films.
like Clue, like Clue aside, Clue that's good that it has
I don't
those
know.
endings.
I think it's interesting that Brazil has multiple endings. That
Oh,
doesn't
yeah,
mean
yeah.
I like the multiple endings, but I'm glad that they're on.
Yeah.
But no, this did not need the alternate ending. So they show this other ending, and so the film ends where it ends, and then they have this whole extended sequence of
No, wait.
what?
Yeah,
The
they
bad
changed how.
doctor man kills himself.
Yeah.
Not,
Right. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
I wish that he had just had like more of a sense of shame and less of a sense of just stepping off the side of a building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, so instead of her throwing him off the building, he just kills himself. And then cut to they are driving out in, the California countryside, and they go up to the cult house that is all burned down. She's like, I just got to do this. I got to see this place, which I get. I do kind of understand if maybe you do want to see that after, everything you've been through. And then she's like, I got to kind of do this by myself. So, get out. And so he leaves the building and she is alone in the burned out house. And then all of a sudden, of course, the house is not burned out anymore. It is like it was before it burned down, and all the people are in there and like, hey, you're finally here. This is great. You're joining us. And even like the people who died at the psychiatric hospital, they're there too. Like, oh, yeah, you're part of the cult. This is awesome. And, the cult leader comes forward, is like, oh, you're finally joining this. At which point, like, he basically says, since you're my actual biological daughter, this is really good. It's like, okay, yeah, we get it. You don't have to.
And earlier he said, like, you're special, you'll figure it out. That was in the movie.
Yeah.
And
So I'm sure this
it
was
Yeah.
obvious, blatantly obvious.
yeah, so I'm sure this was originally supposed to be the ending, and everybody's just like, this stinks, because
It's too long.
Yeah.
it's too long. It drags. You don't really need it. So she's there with the cult, and they hand her a very fancy knife, and it's like, yep, kill yourself. And she's just like, no, I'm going to stab you in the throat. And so she stabs Dad in the throat, which stabs everybody in the throat. And she's just like, I hate you, stab, stab, stab. And they all
So much stabbing.
so much stabbing, and then they all kind of just disappear, and she leaves the house, and she's like, yeah, I feel so much better now. And they drive off into the sunset, and that's great. And then so we cut back to the house, and we go in, and there is the knife just kind of hovering over the ground.
Yeah, what is that?
It's it's hovering over the ground, and then a skeletal hand comes out and grabs it.
like completely, not like his hand was burned.
no,
Like,
no, it's
so
just a skeleton's
Did
hand.
we even say that half the time she sees him, he's burned?
No, we didn't
No,
bring
we
that
didn't
up.
bring that up, but yeah.
She's just seeing him as he would have been.
I feel like there
he
were
kind
like
of flips back and forth.
yeah.
because
But I
they're
feel like there were
younger.
3 versions of him. One that's like really burned.
Yeah.
One that's like almost melty looking.
Yeah.
And then him normally, which honestly also kind of looks like what it looks like. They never expected anyone to make televisions good enough
no.
to
Yeah,
show
yeah,
how
yeah.
much makeup he wore. I guess he had bad skin or something.
Yeah.
But like it would have been fine. There were lots of actors with bad skin in the 70s and 80s.
Honestly, that part I didn't notice.
Like I'm wondering. Now I'm gonna look it up. Don't worry.
But anyway, so
Apparently
yeah,
it's kind of sad is that he was a burn victim himself, the actor.
the actual actor.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I was asking. Like, was that makeup to cover the? I was about to Google it.
I think so. Like 20 years before this, he had actually like he was on some kind of narcotics and he burned himself.
Oh,
or
no.
something. And he apparently had this kind of panic attack the first day when he had like all the makeup on.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Because I always remember him looking like off, something, and always having the really cakey makeup on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so I was wondering. That's what I was trying to Google.
Oh,
But yeah, that's really sad.
Yeah.
But also, what an interesting movie to choose to do.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wonder if he knew that going in, though.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, you read the script.
Oh, it could be. Yeah. Yeah.
As an agent, there's no way I'm telling my client who absolutely positively has burned skin underneath all that makeup
That's a fair point.
that, hey, I got this horror movie for you. You'll be great. I'm not going to tell you a darn thing about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no.
So yeah, that's the alternate ending, and it stinks. Or it's just not necessary, and it drags. And
It drags.
it's,
I mean, you said maybe if it had music in it, it would have been a little better, but
and they would edit it differently.
The end is so at the end of the original, at the ending that we watched, the real ending, the ending that they put out, there is a moment where she is being held by Alex, and he's reassuring her that she sees a hand come over the edge of the thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And it's just for a second, and she just buries her head in his face, and then she never really looks back there, I don't think.
Yeah.
And so the alternate ending, that sort of feels similar to having the skeleton, except that the skeleton's like it's weirder.
So
Because the other part is her perception.
right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: do you think then? Yes, the doctor is screwing around with the medication, and that is probably what is mostly happening. Does in the film, in the reality of the film, is she also actually being haunted by the cult leader?
I think that the alternate ending is probably since I think it's in there as the original ending. I think that that's kind of where they wanted to go with that sort of disreality of you're not sure.
Yeah.
But I think that hand at the end grabbing the thing, like it's floating. What
Yeah.
what the heck? That they're making a kind of definitive statement that you wouldn't want to make otherwise. The way that it is now, the only thing that's left in the movie that feels weird is the handle turning on its own.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's true.
It.
I think that handle turning on its own, I think that is the clue that, this is actually all happening. That maybe the doctor.
But I think it's more. I bet this movie was kind of made not making much sense.
Oh, I agree.
And I think that the editor tried to make it make sense. Someone edited this to like make it as much sense as they could, but left in that.
I think that's probably true.
Yeah.
But it's also a really creepy moment because it like I said before, it makes you mess with your own head. Make you being like, wait, I was sure I knew where this movie was going, but maybe it's not. Or maybe the guy was turning it the wrong way.
Right.
Because I do think, I'd have to watch it again, but I feel like the guy turned it one way and it turns back the other way.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I'm
I
not
don't-
positive. But
yeah.
if that's true, that's great. If it's not true, it's sloppy editing.
Like I feel like there's a bunch of like what should be jump scares that like a better director would have had it work better.
To be fair, this is the director's first film.
Yeah.
We haven't mentioned the director yet, but it was Andrew Fleming, who is also like he's done a lot of stuff since then. This was his first film, as far as
I
I
can't
can
believe
tell.
this is the same dude who did Emily in Paris.
He did, yes, I know, right? Okay, so he made Emily in Paris. He made The Craft, Dick.
I like
Oh, really?
Yeah, right.
The Craft is great.
I know. The Craft is awesome.
There's a lot of parallels.
That's actually, that's interesting. I hadn't thought about
especially
that.
like towards the end with Nancy and everything.
And he's directed a lot of television, like just so much television.
Apparently, James Cameron helped him with this movie.
Really?
Like he kept giving him notes. Like
Okay.
His note was probably make it more real.
more hands, please. More hands.
hands.
I like where you're going with this hand thing.
Like I said, there are some things in here that, he went on to be better.
Did he ever get better than The Craft, though?
No.
No.
All right, so that was Bad Dreams, starring Jennifer Rubin, Bruce Abbott, Richard Lynch, Dean Cameron, Harris Yulin. Let's see who else is in this.
Susan Rattan, E.G. Daly,
Yeah.
the
And-
Roger Rabbit guy.
Yeah, Charles Fleischer. Yeah. Written and directed by Andrew Fleming. Also co-written with Stephen D'Souza, who's also written a lot of stuff. And there's also like 3 other people who worked on the story.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. But anyway, so yeah.
But Mary had a really good time and then just deconstructed the heck out of it until she enjoyed it slightly less.
Well, I gotta be me. I genuinely enjoyed this. This was a good time.
Mary actually said this rules multiple times during the movie.
There's a lot of gore.
Yeah.
There's some really good gore in here, man. This was like kind of just the level of gore that I want. I'm not into it. Like, I don't want to see Saw. I'm not into Hostel. I'm not into that kind of stuff. But this is my comfort zone.
Part of the problem with this movie is that it kills all the characters you like, and by the end you're left with all the characters you don't like.
Oh my god, that is so true.
Like every character you could possibly like gets murdered in some or gets offed in some way. Unalived.
All right. Yes, of course, you can follow us on social media. We are Mary vs. Movies on all of your major platforms. We, although, oh my God, with the platforms are becoming bad places now, because we're on TikTok, and now TikTok is owned by Larry Ellison, and that's weird.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. And I mean, like, yeah, we're
Blue
on
Sky's been doing a thing
yeah,
lately too.
and like Instagram is Mark Zuckerberg, and he's evil, and like they're all evil. So like you can follow us on social media, but you know, there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. I understand that.
But you know what we have now?
What?
A website.
Oh yes,
where you can follow that.
Yeah.
We have followers now.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah,
that's
so
all
we have
your
followers,
work, dude.
and then every time that there's a new post, you're going to get notified if you're a follower.
Nice.
So if you decide that what you really want to do is leave social media, you can still make sure that you're getting your notifications for Mary.
As long as you're not off of the internet entirely.
Yeah.
You can still and if you are, how are you listening to us?
Just leave a strand
look,
up.
If you want
strand of the web.
or send me your address and I will mail you tapes.
Tapes.
This-
we were
this has-
talking
this has
about
been
this.
Mary's
about
dream
that.
for-
I kind of want to do this. I mean, I don't have the time to actually dub a tape, but I kind of love the idea of having to just mail out like cassette tapes of the show.
Well, that's what
because I want to live in the permanent 90s, I guess.
We're going to be.
I don't,
we're going to
but-
be the kids in the hall.
Well, I was going to say Kristen Hirsch.
Apocalypse guy.
When I interviewed her, she said she liked the idea of MP3s, but in a perfect world where like artists were supported the way that they should be, she would just mail tapes to people, all and CDs and whatever.
I
would
love
love
that.
to receive a tape from Kristen Hirsch.
She is the most amazing person in the world.
I bet.
Like, I'm not saying this musically. I mean, just as a person, I have never loved having a conversation more in my life.
Cool.
I
She's
believe
so
it.
cool.
We got to see her at Boot and Saddle.
Yeah, that was a great
I was
show.
there
So
too.
fun. Oh wow!
Wait, really?
I was at 2 shows in a row. Or not 2 shows in a row, but
This
like
was with,
2 years.
with Grantley
Yes,
Morrison.
with Grantley Buckle.
You were
or
there?
Grantley.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was there.
We were probably leaning on you.
Oh my God. He was the very tall guy standing on the side.
No,
Yeah.
seriously.
No, seriously,
I
we were
remember
there.
there being a tall person. I always notice the tall people because I'm short, and at concerts I'm always extra
Angry?
thrilled with tall people who don't try to sit in the sit in the front row or stand in the front row
So
or whatever.
you would love John Solomon.
Because he always stands in the back.
I would love John.
Yeah.
Like I don't already love John.
I know.
That's true.
No, I mean in a concert setting, you'd love
he's
him
very
even more.
respectful.
He's,
I love that.
He's like
I just
yeah,
adore it.
religiously.
So like I do notice all the tall people who like any tall person at a concert who has turned to me and said, Can you see okay? I have fallen like 14% in love with.
I completely understand that.
I can't believe we're coming up with not one, but possibly 2 shows that we were both
That's
at.
so funny. I know Philly's a small town, but damn, that's funny.
There's probably way more.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Because we are both show people. Like, we're all show people here.
So
Anyway.
No. Hey, look, this
Hey.
is why we have this is why we have guests on, because the digressions are fun.
Yeah.
But no, you can follow us on social media. We're Mary VS Movies wherever you're looking, and feel bad about that. But yes, check out our website, maryvsmovies.com, and Alana has put a lot of work into it, and it looks great.
It needs a little bit more work
It's
still.
all right.
I'm working on the backlog.
Yeah.
I got a new job, so it's been a little tough to sort of schedule myself yet.
It's
'Cause
more-
I'm training, so my schedule keeps changing.
And we've been slow with the newsletter.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
work has been insane.
We're in our busy period at our day jobs.
Doesn't that
and-
end in like 2 months though? Your
Yeah, I
busy
know.
Period?
Oh yeah, no, we want to kill ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, we're dying.
As long as we're there.
Yeah. So yeah, between now and January, we just want to die.
What a movie to watch.
Yeah. So just look at our website. You can get notifications for that. Sign up. It's great. All right. Let's see. We have a Patreon, of course, where you can help support the show. And for $3 a month, you help pay the bills because we have all kinds of costs, which you can imagine, such as the server and the website and the
DVDs.
the DVDs, accessing, renting movies.
Yeah.
The show costs money. We, we're not a network. We don't have sponsors. We are just doing it ourselves. So if you want to help support the show, sign up at patreon.com/MaryVSMovies. Now, for $3 a month, if you do that, you get access to a whole other show, Hollywood Avalon, where we watch Arthurian movies. And I know you're saying, why? What? No. But here's the thing. That could be a lot of different films. That's anything from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade to a bunch of Bugs Bunny cartoons to the
Hellboy.
Apparently, we're stretching it a little bit more this month. All right.
Let me finish.
All right.
But The Fisher King, Transformers: The Last Knight, The Green Knight, it's all kinds of stuff. It's all over the place. At some point, we did Star Wars once, which is definitely an Arthurian film. We are going to do Apocalypse Now at some point, and I can't decide whether I want to do the theatrical cut or the 3-hour cut. Well, maybe. But it's all sorts of stuff. I am kind of stretching it slightly, although maybe it isn't slight. Basically, I watched the first 15 minutes of 28 Years Later, and I'm just like, there's so much medieval stuff in here and it feels like it's kind of about what is now called sub-Roman Britain, which is when after the Romans left Britain, which is the Arthurian period, that it's drawing parallels, and I'm just like, this isn't Earth. This is it. We're doing this. So yeah, I think our next movie is actually going to be 28 Years Later. I know that sounds crazy, but trust me, it's going to work.
Have you seen all the others?
I have.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh yeah. No. I've seen the other ones.
I only saw the first one.
We watched them together. Yeah.
Well, one time Dennis saw this commercial, and it was about
Oh, you should see this commercial. It was about this cop.
So anyway, yes.
I can't believe it. Oh, I completely believe it.
Dennis, I've never believed anything more. So yeah, patreon.com/MaryVSMovies, and you can listen to us talk about that type of stuff. All right, so that's it for this episode. Now, Alana, thank you once again for coming on. Do you have anything to promote right now?
I actually do. Yay! So I have also done a podcast. Unlike yours, it's not going to run for 200 episodes. Unlike yours, I'm not going to stretch myself thin, making sure the episode comes out the next week. I do have vestibular issues that make it hard to edit audio stuff because you have to watch the little waves and cut all the... So it's taking me approximately a month or two to put all the episodes out, but I have interviewed now 5 authors who are out polyamorous or write polyamorous books.
Okay.
So I have spoken to multiple award-winning authors. I've spoken to a small publisher. I've spoken to I did a really great episode that dropped last month, I think. It's been a very busy couple of months with a romance reviewer, when we talked about polyamory in romance like what tropes are coming out of that and which ones are sort of based in reality and which ones aren't, and which books are, and all this perception of things and reverse harems and all this other stuff that's just very, very into the genre.
What is the name of your show?
So it's called The Polyamorous Reader.
Okay.
And it is on Spotify, and I think they're supposed to send it out to other people, but I've never asked anyone if they've been able to find it. So there have been 2 episodes out already. I'm editing the 3rd one. And now that work is starting, I think I'm going to be starting my regular shift next week. I'll be able to make the time to edit the last couple ones. And then if people enjoy it, I'll do another round. I love talking to authors. I think it's super fun. So why not?
Fantastic. Cool. So yeah, look that up. It is The Polyamorous Reader. All right. Other than that, thank you so much for being on the show again.
No problem.
Oh, did you want to bring up your
my cake?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So we record because it's right around my birthday and because I like horror movies. And we got cake this year from Vegan Treats in Bethlehem or Bethlehem, depending on where you're from, Pennsylvania. And this cake is wonderful. It's beautiful.
It is.
And it is expensive. But
and it's very tall.
It's very tall. So it kind of feels like it's worth all of this.
Yeah.
It's a tiramisu cake. So we're very happy, aren't we?
It's extremely good.
Anyway, so if you are in the city, they have places that they deliver their pastries to. Make sure you get them on the freshest day. But if you ever want to make that road trip, oh my gosh, you should go. They have like donuts and different ice creams every week. And it is fantastic, especially for people who are like lactose intolerant.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. Well, I think that wraps it up. Our next movie, I don't know. You know what I kind of want to do? Disney has not re-released, but remade available Something Wicked This Way Comes. And I was kind of thinking, oh, that'd be kind of fun because I never saw it.
Oh, it has my favorite in it.
Oh, okay. So I think that might be our next episode. All right. So I think that about does it then. So until next time.
You want to fit into the 80s? You're at least 2 divorces, a condo, and a yeast infection behind the times.